Hi, so I'm Santiago. I will be going over the Project 4 Sudoku code that we have come up with. Here we have all the files in the actual PyCharm. They might not be the same stuff in the GitHub, just because I think some of our different group members had different naming conventions, but that's fine. And start by demonstrating the actual main executable, which is going to start the Sudoku program. And here we are. This plays the welcome to Sudoku screen, and if you click the X button, you just exit. It's fine. You're able to select a difficulty, so you have easy, which is going to have 30 squares removed, as you can see, 30 squares. And if you choose the medium difficulty, it's going to have the 40 squares removed, and if you choose the hard difficulty, it's going to have the 50 squares removed. And obviously, I just showed how the restart button restarts you back to this screen. And so we're just going to go ahead and come over to the easy screen so I can show some more of the functionality. We're able to select any of these squares. As you can see, they get selected by the red outline whenever I select the square. And we're able to sketch values onto any of the squares, as you can see. And then they stay there as you move between the different squares, as you would in a typical Sudoku. You can click Enter to have it be the actual value, and as you can see, it's a slightly lighter shade than the values that were originally there, so you can differentiate between them. And here, I don't know if you can hear me typing, but I'm trying to type, and obviously because this is a value that you should not be able to edit, I'm not able to change it. I'm pressing the keys as hard as I possibly can. Nothing's happening. Same all around. You can just come back, enter the values, enter the values, enter the values. And for the values that you enter yourself, as it's supposed to do, you can go ahead and sketch a value on top of that, and then it'll once again save it. You can go around, keep doing it with other values, and whenever you want, you can come back and you can put the sketch value on top of that. Beautiful. Basically, that's the overall functionality of the Sudoku. As you can see, it functions as Sudoku. Oh, and of course, we have to look at the reset button. As you can see, you click the reset button, and you are reset back to the beginning. There we are. We're halfway through our time. So then, after that, I'll have to go ahead and demonstrate you actually losing or winning the game. So in order to do that, I am going to change the easy difficulty as soon as I can find it. Let me see here. Here we go. So as soon as we're going to set the easy difficulty to be 3. So that's going to make it so that it only removes 3 squares. So I'll be able to test this very, very quickly. So as you can see, this square right here should be 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be an 8. So we're going to sketch an 8, and we're just going to put an 8 right away. This square right here should be a 1. And lastly, this square right here should be I believe a 6. And so once you enter the final value, so you're able to keep moving around as long as the values are sketched. And as soon as you enter the final value, it's going to take you to the game end screen. In this case, the game was won because the Sudoku board was solved correctly. And then you're able to exit. And then I'll just briefly show an example of, let's say, well, we can just put whatever values, and whatever values. And obviously the game was lost because the Sudoku was not solved correctly. And then it'll let you restart. And you can, of course, come back here, restart. You can see you can play the game again. Restart, set it to medium, set it to hard. There we go. And that is the overall functionality of our Sudoku code. And we'll just go ahead and change that back to 30. The only thing that we weren't able to implement was the arrow key moving around the selection box, because 2 of our group members wound up never showing up in person. So it was just me and one other person actually working on this main logic. So we weren't able to implement the arrow key movement around, but that's pretty much the only thing. Everything else is fully functional. And just one quick note in case it's the TA that is watching this. This code does require a background.jpg file to be in the same folder as all of the code, otherwise it won't have a background. So I would recommend just a plain white background for that, and everything should run perfectly off of the code that's on the GitHub. Okay, thank you, goodbye.